drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Ohio State Buckeyes and the USC Trojans. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Checking in with Ohio State's head coach before the game. They believe that their wide receiver is the best in the country. He has been so electric this season, nobody can stop him. They believe that he is so efficient in the red zone, top 5 in the country in receiving touchdowns, and he firmly belongs in the Heisman conversation to hear his name called in New York later this year. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. The Trojans ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. He'll bring it back looking for help. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. The Buckeyes offense will have the football first. And here are the guys who make it go. Just an outstanding offensive line.
I think in college football, games are still won and lost in the trenches, David. And we are looking at one of the great offensive lines today in college football. They know every single week one thing. They are going to try to line up, and they're going to try and run the football. When you've got a tailback like they've got, and you've got this offensive line, man, they're hard to stop.
They are hard to stop, man. And what I love about offensive linemen, I like when they don't like people. And they enjoy moving people against their will. And this unit, man, they're going to pave holes, and this running back's going to get the credit. But make no mistake about it, that line up front paves the way and makes his job so much easier.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. That's the sophomore running back they're taking a look at, and Holly Rowe will let us know what's going on the sideline. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Open on the right side, that's Smith. Oh, he's got some space. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Man, how about that? A lot of coaches talk about being aggressive and we're going to take shots, but then they get conservative in the game. But first drive coming out, showing this defense we are not afraid to throw the ball deep. Might keep that defense a little bit more conservative.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Let's it fly. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Quick strike through the air for the score. That's the first score of the day for the nation's leader in receiving touchdowns. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So USC's offense will now get its first chance with the football. This offense will be led by Jaden Mayava. More than 300 yards and 3 scores in his last outing. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. To the air, it's Mayava. Fires to the wideout. He's open on the right. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Pass completion, move the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Running inside, it's Jordan. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. There he goes. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. And the Trojans headed quickly to the line. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. Defense a little too eager, and that's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. On the draw, it's Jordan. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. The run inside. It's Miller. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. 3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Right on the money. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
He caught it. Crisp execution. Passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. They keep pushing forward down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. They'll run play action. Takes the easy completion. They will score! Touchdown USC! Extra point here will tie the game.
And I think he does a really good job here. Dropping back to pass, surveying the field, sees he's got some open space out wide, dump it to your playmaker, your running back takes the football, he does the rest. Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the field, making a play.
That kicker took a Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Could not make his way to the corner.
In defense, you have to have great eyes. You have to have good vision on the quarterback to be able to see it. You can tell he's throwing the football right now. Watch the defense react, come up, get the wide receiver on the ground. He goes nowhere.
Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. They're snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
It's complete. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. On the ground, it's Jackson. Defense makes a stand as the clock runs down to 0. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. First play of the period will be a second down. Throw it, say it, under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. From the gun on third down, say it. Finds his back in the middle. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on fourth and long. Fourth down, say it. Makes the grab in their space. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. The Buckeyes are rolling down the field. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. The Buckeyes, really the entire state, they pride themselves on toughness. Establishing the ability to run the ball when they want to has always been important here.
Part of that Midwest.
Oh, it's a fumble. And he was able to get back on top of it. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. With the catch, it's Johnson. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And it's no good. And here in the second quarter, missed field goal leaves us tied, guys. After that last play, there is a Trojan who is shaken up on the field. Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. To the air, it's Maiava. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer, because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles.
Snags it, and there's running room. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offense is really...
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front 4 to get the job done on third down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
Here's the return. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Here's Julian saying to throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Man, this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
Pocket breaking down. Complete on the left to Smith. Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking to throw, it's Maiava. Here's a heat. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
Well, we talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Timeout signal forward by the Buckeyes. That's their first. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this third down play. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Oh, he wants it all. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Trojans decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Corrals it at the 45. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Julian with the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Got his man.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
Here's Sayin to throw. They're working that left side. How about picking up tough yards like that as he gets to the 22? The Buckeyes will hustle to the line. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Got the back over the middle. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch. Ohio State calls its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. They'll move the wide receiver. Play fake, Julian Sayin. Looking to the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
I love the vision on the quarterback by this defense. Dude, you know that ball's going to come out pretty quick down here on the goal-to-go situation. They break on the football, and they make sure they swat it down so the offensive guy can't make a play.
Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And you make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update. And the Buckeyes will boot it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. What do they have to say coming out of halftime, Holly?
The Trojans head coach told me at the half, they have found a lot of positive momentum here during this winning streak, but it is in jeopardy right now. He said this is the moment we have to come out and assert ourselves and be dominant to start the third quarter, gain some momentum here, and change the course of this game. Back to you.
Holly, thank you.
It's a really nice job out there making the catch. I feel like fans are always expecting one of these Trojan receivers to be in the conversation for being best in the country, right? Because of the success they've had in the past and certainly in more recent years. There's a lot of pressure to play that position now at the Coliseum and at USC. But this guy right here, he has been making his mark on this offense.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Looking to throw, it's Mayava. Under fire. Slings it downfield. Williams open on the right side. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Hey, you can see this defense. They are back on their heels right now. This offense very much in a groove, in a rhythm. They've got to find something to disrupt this. Right now, they're doing what they want, when they want, how they want. This defense got to answer the bell.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. They'll throw it from the red zone. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. They're dealing with a second and long. Now the play fake. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And, man, this defense added again. They've done this so much today. Affected the quarterback, gotten sacks, forced third and long situations. It doesn't matter about the yards on the drive. Now you put them in a very predictable passing situation.
Fires toward the end zone. ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Oh, those are those opportunities in the game. You got a chance to take points off the board, make a big play, and you just couldn't squeeze the interception. That's one of those plays coaches come back to, talk about, say, think if we get this pick and we start taking this the other direction and we take points off of the scoreboard.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly Rowe.
Here on Ohio State's sideline, guys, I can feel the energy here and the chemistry between this quarterback and his star wide receiver. He's already got 100 yards receiving in this game, and the way they're talking on the sideline here, they want to keep that going. I think you're going to see him continue to get some downfield targets from his QB here in this game. I'll keep you posted.
Appreciate that, Holly. Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. Quick release on the RPO. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the counter. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Looking to the big tight end. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on 3rd down. Trying to find some running room, but there was none to be had, and he's well short. It'll be 4th and 5.
Well, this is a receiver that needs to touch the ball in a variety of ways. They're going to throw it to him, but they're also going to get him involved on jet sweeps.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. And they can't connect, a costly turnover on downs. And now there's a stoppage for an injured Buckeye. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
The touch pass goes absolutely nowhere, knocked down for a loss.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Trojans will punt this one away. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Here on Ohio State's sideline, developing story, guys. Their best wide receiver is dealing with a few issues. Very banged up.
Breaks into the open. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. They'll snap it from the 26 on 1st down. They're going to ride this running back. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to...
Intercepted, number 19.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jordan. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23. this game in hand, let's take a look at the scoreboard from the top 12 teams in the country. And at this point in the season, these guys have done exactly what they wanted to do and strengthen their position. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to throw, it's Mayava. Takes a hit as he fires. Touchdown, Trojans! Into the end zone for 6. Looking for the tie with the extra point. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Say it. Makes the grab. It's Jackson. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Got his man. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
I love DBs that want to tackle, and they get an opportunity to look like heroes on these outside toss plays. Physical play by the corner there, getting the ball.
He wants to go deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. The Buckeyes will punt it away on 4th down. The punters have had the day off up to this point, first one of the game. They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he can even get started. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They tied it up with a touchdown drive, got some good work from their defense, and now here in the 4th quarter, an opportunity to move on top. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound, no matter who gets the football. We're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
He's got his man, makes the grab. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Headed outside, it's Jordan. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Mayava. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And the Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Say it. It's complete on the right side. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. New set of downs after the completion. The RPO fires complete to the left. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. And the Buckeyes can really attack on this second and short. Looking for a crease, it's Jackson. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
Looking downfield on first down. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
The Trojans use their first timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down.
And that's a situation right there where the quarterback is just taking what the defense gives him. The defense has taken everything away down the field. Just take the easy throw underneath.
Here's the pressure. Makes the grab on the left. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by USC. It's their second. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the first down. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their third and final timeout. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? Right back to the well. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in a position to win.
Running inside, it's Jackson. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal. Timeout signaled for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Fans are bringing the noise on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You hear a lot of coaches talk about bend, don't break, and it's in these areas of the field down in your own goal line defensively where you want to just stiffen up. And they did a really nice job on first down, stopping the run. Here we go on second. There's a good chance the offense tries to run it again.
And he got it! A huge field goal, and they've taken the lead in the waning seconds.
Big-time moment. This place going bananas, cheering for their squad, cheering for this guy to miss the kick so he can't take the lead, but he delivers in the clutch, and this place just got really quiet.
They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals, and it usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is